everyone. I'm so excited to see you. We haven't seen for a long time. Last and the previous webinar was only in 2020. Yeah, this year was really tough. Please, oh my gosh, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Anna. I'm totally crazy about teaching EDUtools, and I like sharing a lot. I run a few groups on Facebook, and one of my favorite is Teachers Love Edu. If you are not a part of this group, please do join us. So let me know from which part of the world you are tuning from. And please do share what is your teaching role actually. So what subject do you teach? And I see that there, wow, there are so many comments. Thank you so much for joining. I can see GM. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. And from Bangladesh, hello Bangladesh. I can see Irena. Hello, thank you for joining us. Wow, Duran. Thank you, Croatia. So keep sharing from which part you are tuning from. I'm so excited to see you. And I can see that Shamal is here. Long time no seen. So great to see you today. Okay, Facebook users, if you would like to join our YouTube translation live webinars. So please do share because I can see your names much better. Irena, educator from Albania. Okay, wow, there's a whole geography here from Romania. Mihaela, hi. Esther is here from Germany. Kazakhstan, hello there. Yay, and there is Dira from Turkey. Hi, Turkey. From Pakistan, Bushra, hello. Miss Bushra, I'm so excited to see you. Brazil, oh my gosh, what time it is? What time is it right now in Brazil? It's like, I think it's early in the morning, or maybe I'm mistaken here. Just give me some tips. What time is it right now in Brazil? Oh my gosh, this is Sarvan from India. Hello everyone. So today we're having Monika Khan. She is a great educator of English, so like I am, by the way. And please don't stop and keep sharing what subject do you teach or what is your teaching role. And she's going to share with your 3 favorite online boards. Oh my gosh, how we can't live without online boards nowadays. And please do share what type of like education right now type. What you in remote way of learning or teaching? So please do share exactly. And we've got also hi from Turkey, some more people from Turkey. I'm so excited to see you again. Honestly, this is my favorite part, when we can gather together and exchange with some great ideas. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing with this questions, but I really hope that you keep tuning from which part of the world you're tuning from and what is your teaching role exactly. And on these positive notes, I would love to share to you all the lovely people. Monika Khan, hello there.
Hello everyone.
Monika, yeah, hello there. So you are from Poland, and what's the weather like in Poland?
Well, it's kind of freezing right now. We've had some really wintry weather right now, but I think it will be changing soon. But kids
Oh,
were really enjoying the snow and making snowmen like crazy because we haven't had snow in a couple of years now in Poland,
we've
or
got
not too
snow
much.
for 9 months during the
Yeah,
year,
yeah,
so we've got
everyone is
lots of
enjoying.
snow.
Maybe not the ones who have to drive the car and clean it in the morning, but the kids are really having a blast at the moment.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So, Monica, the stage is yours. Please introduce yourself and good luck.
All right. Thank you, Anna. Well, Anna is a pro. There's no doubt about it. Well, I'm not. This is my first time doing an international webinar like this, event like this, and also live event like this. So please, everybody, keep your fingers crossed that I will do well. As Anna said, I'm an English teacher myself. I teach English as a foreign language, and I'm from Poland, to be exact, the southeast of Poland. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Poland. If not, then I really do recommend coming here. Maybe not at this time of the year, but when it gets warmer and sunnier. So, well, a few details about my teaching situation. Well, I guess it doesn't differ from many people and many countries from around the world. I haven't seen my students in quite a while. Majority of them I haven't seen since October last year. And our younger pupils came back to school this week after a very long Christmas and winter break. And so we are all trying to adjust again to working both online and at school. The school which I work in uses Teams. So this is the platform that we use just for your reference so that you know what I do and what I use at work. So as Anna said, it's hard to really imagine now not using online boards when you do your online classes because you don't get all the equipment, all the books and all the paper um, workbooks that you or worksheets that you've been using probably all your teaching career. Instead of blackboards and instead of the whiteboards that you have at school, you need to move to online boards. And I use them because I believe that I can monitor students' activity during my online classes, and I can make sure that we are all on the same page and that my students are on the right track. And also, it allows me to give them feedback and give them feedback without delay. And also, I can monitor their progress because I can see immediately what they've been doing and what they've been working on, and I can see what they have prepared, what they have written, for example, what they have managed um, to build together as a group, for example, or as a pair. And I believe also it increases their engagement because I've heard many stories of students getting some sleep, having naps during their online classes because teachers were doing some lectures, giving some lectures during which students were falling asleep. I would like my students to be more active and more engaged. So what you can see right now is uh, the first frame, because this is how it is called in Jamboard, the first frame of the Jamboard, of the Jam, which I created for today's presentation, for today's event. It is one of the free tools which I will be sharing with you. So that one is Jamboard, it's a Google product. Another one is App, and another is Whiteboard.fi. All of them are free. I mean, there are some, you can also have, for example, sign up for All Up or Whiteboard.fi. You can register, create an account, and pay some money to have some more features available. But whatever comes for free is more than enough for, for example, for my needs. Why have I selected them? As well, from what you heard right now, is that they are free. So as I said, there are some features which you can pay extra, but I don't need them in my during my classes. So they are basically free. Another thing is that they are very easy for both the educator and the students to use. And that way I can store them, I can save them, I can share them very easily and no hassle. And we have very, for example, in my school, we have very short classes, only 30 minutes. So every minute counts. So what What you can see is, as I said, a jam which I made for you for today, which shows how I use it. So these are authentic examples of what I use it for. This is not something that I found online that I decided to put together for you. This is what I do it. This is what I do it, in my online classes and how I use it with my students. It says Jamboard, but the same can be applied, for example, to our app. I can use it the same way, and more or less, I can use it the same way with using the third tool, the third board, which is Whiteboard. So I hope it will show you the next one. Yeah, it's kind of slow. So when I start my class, I want to have an activity which is fast, which doesn't take much time, but which also shows my students that I care for them and I want to know how they are. That it's not only about my subject, even though the question is in English, how are things today? And I want them to answer in English. But it also shows that, I want to know how you are. I want to know how you're starting this lesson, what your mood is. I want to know how the students are at the beginning of my class. And if I were, for example, to ask 20 students one by one, how they were, it would take a lot of my time. But yeah, if I share the link to them and they can see the question on the board, they can all write the answer here. I will show you how to do it later on. Right now, I'm just showing you the ideas of how these boards can be used. Another idea also to start a lesson and to make it more personal is, for example, here I have got three questions. What can you see through your window, or what have you got on your desk? What's your favorite piece of clothing? These are some example questions. Example questions. You can have any other questions, but it is something personal. This is something about them, and I can ask before class, like on the previous day or during the previous class. I can ask the students to take a photo, and then with their phones, like all of them, I guess, have mobile phones these days, and I can ask them to take the photo and have it ready on their phone, on their device. And then when I share this with them, they can simply upload their photo and we can just have a short discussion of like what they can see through their windows, like how it is different, what Anna can see and what Bartek can see and what Kasia can see, what they have got on their desks. We can name these things. We can discuss, if somebody has got a messy desk or a tidy desk, or I can, share my desk, what's on my desk, and we can have a short discussion about it and maybe even have a laugh. What's your favorite piece of clothing? They can share something that they have in their wardrobe, in their cupboard, and they like a photo again, or they can write if they prefer to do it. If we like, let's say, discussing names of clothing items. So this is something to that I can use to start a lesson. Um, then another idea, because we, as I said before, we came back after a very long break. I think it was more than 3 weeks that we hadn't seen each other, and we just started this week. So I can have an activity with them where they can finish the sentences. Here I have a few ideas, but of course these can be any other sentences. But this is again something that I think starting a new year on a good note, and sharing some ideas across the class, and they can also read other students' answers, and they can compare. They can discuss, compare, not in the sense that they can see, oh, this one thinks like me, this one has different ideas, and has finished these questions in a different way. So something that would allow them to practice English, but also have something to say about themselves. And and also it will give me an insight into their feelings, their state of emotions, how they are after this long break, and what I can expect from them. Another thing, here before it was finishing sentences. Here I can answer. They can answer a question, so I can ask them a question. What did you do during your winter break? It can be any other question, of course. It can be in English, or it can be in your subject. Something, for example, if you're starting, if you're going to have some new material in class, then it can be something that to check what they know about it. Or if this is something to revise, you can ask them a question to check what they remember from a previous class. So different kind of questions, and they can give their answers here. And they can give their answers. They can also have a look at other students' answers. Well, in case of my subject, and probably in case of your subject, not all students are equally competent, and some of them struggle a little bit. And if they are left on their own, they might find it difficult to know even how to start. But if they see what their classmates are writing, it can give them an idea of what to write about and how to answer the question. And doesn't mean that they will be copying other students' answers, because they are quite aware of like everyone seeing their answers, their responses. But it might even help them decide, for example, on the form of the verb, or the tense which they need to use, or any other ideas that they might find useful to answer the question. Another one, which I love photos. I love using images in my lessons. I'm sure there are many of you who also love having images, bringing images into your class. So here, for example, we can start with something simple. Let's say if we have got names of rooms, or let's say names of furniture, or like pieces of furniture, then I can upload a photo. Here I have uploaded a photo of a room, and they can simply write all around the photo names of everything they can see. So together they can brainstorm. It's not putting them like, okay, take a piece of paper in your room where you're on your own and just write down some words, and you don't know what your friends are writing or your classmates are writing. You're on your own. Here you're sharing. You can see what ideas you have. You can see what ideas other people have. Maybe also, when you see other people's responses, it might get your creative juices flowing, and you might even think, okay, oh, all right, he has written this. Oh, I will try and I will write this. I will have something more. Some students are quite competitive, and they like challenges. They want to uh, prove that they also know something, and in case of my subject, that they know maybe more words than other students. So I think that doing it together is a great idea. Of course, here I'm just using one frame to present one activity to you. But if you're using a jam, if you're starting a jam for yourself, then you can have a few frames of the same few frames for one activity. So it doesn't mean that all of them have to be crammed on one frame, and let's say 20 students writing on one frame. But you can have, let's say, 5 frames, and they can move from one frame to another, and they can add. You can have, for example, a kitchen in one. You can have a dining room in another. You can have a bathroom in another, and then they can move from one frame to another and add freely uh, words to whichever frame they want. Another one, which is also about the photo, whether you can use a photo. Maybe it's a little bit, maybe a little more difficult, because in the previous one you just had to name some, let's say, objects which are in the photo. Here, a photo which shows some guys standing in the snow, and you can give them questions. Of course, you can just leave a photo and ask them, like, describe what you can see in the photo, write down what you can see in the photo. But you can also give them some questions to help them start, or you can give them some sentences to finish, or you can give them some vocabulary which they might use to describe a photo. So, and again, you can use different photos, let's say for different groups. It doesn't have to be one photo for all the students in your class. You can have a few, and they might generate ideas regarding a few photos. Another one, another idea, which I use in my classrooms, in my class, is again there is an image. Yes, maybe you have noticed that there is a common theme here, more like kind of like wintry, because as I said before, there is so much snow here. Here, another one, some brainstorming. I love brainstorming. To help students, you know, use the vocabulary which they know, and one person might know 5 words, another person might know 2, another person might add 10. Doesn't matter, depending on their level, on their ability. But here you can have anything. You can just have, for example, a question. You don't need a photo. But I think that photos are, and images are nice because they give some ideas and then help students wake their brains up, and memories, awake their memories. I hope that this way they might find it easier. Another idea is, like, again, kind of brainstorming different categories. We might have some categories. Here I came up with a few. Again, it's something, for example, about the winter break, Christmas break, what they did. They can again write down and share their ideas in those different categories. This might be different, of course. Here I have this, but you can have a different one. You can have, for example, if it comes to English, you can have fruit, vegetables, desserts, drinks, snacks. Let's say if you want to do something about food, but of course you can use it for any other subject which you want to use. This is like, if you don't have much time, you just came up with this idea, or you haven't had time to prepare it. You can just draw it very easily. You just type it, and it doesn't take much time. If you want to make it more smart, more elegant, then you can prepare it this way. And instead of like drawing the lines, you can use something. Here I use the Canva, and I just created an image, downloaded it, and then I uploaded it here. This one is about giving arguments, discussion. They can stick here. They can stick post-it notes. They can write their arguments. You can again have one topic for a discussion, as I said, as you can see here, traveling abroad, or you can have a few topics for a discussion, and they might move from one frame to another, and then they can add, like, oh, I've got a good idea, I've got a good argument for this, so I will go to this frame and I will add something. Or maybe now a different idea came to my mind, so I will add something here. Or you can, of course, put them in groups and say, okay, you're working on this one, on this topic, you're working on this one. Or they can be in groups, but you can say, okay, this group has this frame, and you're piling up and coming up with arguments, pros and cons for traveling abroad. And another group has got a different frame, and with the same topic, and you're working on this one, and you're sharing, and then we can discuss, okay, this group came up with these arguments, and what are your arguments? Oh, this one, oh, we haven't talked about this, oh, this is a great one. So they can also see what other groups think, and what kind of ideas the other groups have. Another idea which I use is writing a story. They can write a story. It can be a story written individually, even though I'm not really a fan of it. Or they can write it in groups. They can write it in pairs. As I said, we use in my school we use Teams, so students can communicate. Now we have breakout rooms, so they can work in groups or in pairs, and they can discuss it. They have access to Jamboard, and they can discuss their ideas and write down the story. Here I gave them some ideas, what they could write about. It was supposed to be a winter story. So what they need to think about when they're writing a story. Another idea, we can play a game, and I might use a Jamboard to keep track of points, so that everyone can see the points. It's not like I'm writing them down in my notebook. Nobody can see it, what I'm writing, but they can. Everyone can see in class, how many points each team has already scored. Again, this is very fast. I just drew lines, wrote team number, names of teams, and that's it. Didn't take much time. Or I can make it more elegant again. And again, I use the Canva here. I just created a simple image, and I have got the same thing, but I can still, right here, I can add points to each team. Here's like one of the games which my students like playing Hangman, but it can be anything really. Um, Another one, we can work with a text. Here I found a short text about Christmas snowman. So I can give them a text, one text, for example, the same text in a few frames, or I can have a few texts, and I can ask them to, for example, underline something, or maybe circle something, like, okay, circle now irregular verbs if you're practicing past simple, or maybe circle adjectives, or maybe underline um, subjects in every sentence. It can be anything, or maybe find a given piece of information. I can ask a question, and they might need to underline
Hi,
the
Monica.
answer to my question.
I'm
Yes.
here. I'm sorry for interrupting you. There is a bit of noise of scratching. Thank you, Oficinas Innovadoras, por tu ayuda. Yeah, I have just heard this sound, but is it like internet connection troubles from your side, or can you fix it anyhow? If not, so no problems at
I
all.
have no idea. I haven't seen any difference, so I
No,
don't
it's
know.
okay. Yeah, but
Really.
sometimes it's a little bit like, yeah, it's scratching. Yeah, there is a very light noise in the transmission. Yeah, that I had this comment. Yeah, I can hear it by myself, but if it now it's totally okay. I don't know. Maybe I need to be there with you next to you. Then it
Mhm.
works. So, okay, I'm sorry for interrupting you again. So sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's just that there is no noise here. I'm just talking to you, and I'm
Oh,
not
it's
really
perfect. I don't know.
moving. Uh-huh.
It's perfect now. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, but if there is
So,
anything that I don't really think I can do anything about it. Sorry.
oh, okay, okay. So no, that's okay. So please do share with us. Is it okay now on your side? Because on my side, I can hear the perfect sound here. You may just
Yeah, everything
go
has
with the
been
plot.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah, now
I
it's
don't
great.
even
So I'm
notice
going to be
anything.
there if you don't mind. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it works better this way. So sorry for this.
Sure, sure. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. Right. So just a few more ideas. Sorry if it's too much, but I just wanted to really give you a lot of different activities that you could use in your classroom if you're an English teacher. But these are just a couple more. So this one is about finding mistakes. I can upload a text which I can find on the internet. As you can see here, I just found it somewhere on the internet. I uploaded it, and then I might ask students, for example, to find the mistakes. I can ask them to just find the mistakes and, let's say, underline them or circle them, or I can ask them to correct the mistakes, anything. They can also write the sentences with mistakes for other groups. Let's say I can ask each group to write 5 sentences and make a mistake in every sentence, and then ask them to move over to the next group and find the mistakes and maybe correct them or just underline them, depending on what we decide to do. And yeah, when we're finishing the class, I like asking my students for their feedback. So it can be done like this. That
Oh, I like this
well,
one.
we're using these grades from 1 to 6 here in Poland. So 1 is like the lowest grade, 6 is of course the highest one. So they can do anything. They can circle it. They can write something. They can, for example, make some, I don't know, a dot or maybe a tick, so that I can see they are like I don't know, they don't have to write their names. They so it's not, oh, I cannot maybe give my students 2 for this lesson because she will feel bad and she will not like me and she will be offended. They are anonymous, so they can really give their opinion freely. And also for giving feedback and receiving feedback, I might give them a few questions. It can be like, okay, choose a question and post an answer. Choose 2 questions. You can answer all the questions, or like they can answer in Polish. They can answer in English because some of the students are not at a very high level. I teach elementary school, elementary level students, so sometimes it might be easier for them to share their feedback with me in Polish. So it's okay. Like, this is the place where you can even write in Polish because what is important to me is to know how it was for you during this class. Did you like it? You didn't like it? Okay, is there anything that we can improve? We can work on and make it better next time. So this is like a collection of different ideas. Of course, it doesn't mean that these are all the ideas in the world. It's just what I do in my classes. But of course, I'm sure you would find plenty of others. So that was Jamboard. And so, as I said, it is free. You don't have to pay for it to use Jamboard. It is a Google product. And in order to use it, you just need to have a free Google account, Gmail account. So I'm sure like lots of you already have it, or maybe even all of you already have it. Once you access this website, jamboard.google.com, there is an orange circle in the lower right corner. If you click on it, and there is a little cross, white cross on it, and then if you click on it, it showed new jam. It will start creating a new jam. It is called like this, a new jam for you. As you can see, right now, there's not much here as compared to the previous one, which I used for having my ideas and sharing my ideas with you. It's empty. It's blank. It doesn't have a name, but of course, everything can change once you start working on it. Here you can change the title. Let's say pets. Sorry, not birds, but pets. It might be the name, the title of my jam. If I, for example, decide to change it, I can rename it easily. So let's say animals, because I decided that it might be more appropriate as the name and the title for my jam. So Right now, you have a gem which has only one frame, because this, what you can see here, is a frame. But look, it shows 1 out of 1 because there is only one frame. But if you want to have two, because you want to have maybe a few groups uh, using it, you can just click on that arrow, which points to the right, and then it will add more gems. Right now, you can see I have 4 out of 4. Of course, they are all blank. And if you want to see all of them, right now they are all blank, you can just click here. Once again, you can just click on here on this rectangle with the numbers. And then it will open up and you can see all the frames which you have. And let's say you have created 4 frames, but you think, oh, maybe between frame 1 and frame 2, I want to have another frame. So you just click on this little white circle with a small white cross, and you might add another frame, and you have got a different one. So you might like it like this, just white, or if you want, you can change your background. Say dots, lines, grid, or maybe you want to have it blue, black, or maybe you want to upload an image, something related as background, something related to the topic that your gem is going to be about. And you can upload something from your device. If you know the URL address of your image, you can also use it. You can take a photo using your image, using your device. You can also search for it, or maybe you have something stored in your Google Drive. I'm not going to do it right now because it would take too much time if I was doing all this, but I'm just showing you that in background, you can also, this is the last option, you can also upload an image as your background. Let's say you want to do something about winter holidays, it might have an image of snow because you might think it is appropriate. If you are not happy with what you can see here, you can just clear it. Sorry, if you have something written. So I will show you how to do it. So let's say I want to have lines as my background. If I want to write, if I want to draw something, I can use pen. I can change the size. I can select a color. Let's say I want to draw something in blue. I can write something in blue. If I'm not happy with what I can see, I'm talking about me as the teacher or me as the student, then I can simply erase it. Or I can clear frame and then everything disappears from the frame. If I want to use a post-it note or a sticky note, then I can do it here, just the symbol of a note. I can change the color of my note and let's write something on it, really. Save, and it's already there. For example, having my answer. If I'm not happy because I think, okay, this is not an answer that I wanted to give, let's say, or this is not the word which I wanted to write, I can click on this and see there are 3 dots here. I can edit it. And maybe I think, okay, it doesn't make sense. So I will write my name is 8 and save it like this. And then I have a proper answer. If I think that I want to duplicate it, I might. If I want to delete it, I just click again on 3 dots and no problems, I delete it. If I want to upload an image, I was showing you this, you can simply select the image photo just as the background. Before I was showing you how to upload a photo, an image to use as your background. The same, you can upload it as before Probably you remember I had the photo of those two guys standing on the snow, in the snow. Then you can do the same. You can simply upload a photo. If you want to add a shape, then there is this circle here, and you can add one of your one of the shapes. Um, See, really, without much effort. If you want to add text, you click on that T symbol here, and you just add something. Maybe you want to change the color of your font. You want it blue, so you can have it in blue. Maybe you want to make it bigger, so you make it bigger with title. I mean, it is one of the names of fonts here. Display the biggest one, the biggest font, and then some smaller fonts here. If you are presenting, let's say maybe it's not for the students. I mean, it can be also for the students, because if they are presenting what they've done to other students, other classmates, then they can use this. This is kind of like a laser to highlight what they want to what they want others to focus on. Um, then also I can have this arrow to select an item, and I can then move it. See, I'm moving the shape around. Um, so if I want to, so this is what I can do. I can draw with the pencil or write with the pencil. I can change the color. I can change the size. I can erase it. I can use the arrow to move the object around. I can use this to have a sticky note or a post-it note. I can upload an image here. I can use a shape and add a shape. I can add a text box, text field, or have the laser or to highlight something. If I want to share the link, because obviously if I prepare something like this, I want to share it with my students, then I click on the share button, and then I can get the link. But look here, anyone with the link, anyone on the internet with this link can view. So I need to change it, because if I send this link to my students, that they cannot edit, they cannot do anything with this jam. They can just see what I've done. So I need to change this from viewer to editor. And if I do it, then I've got the link. Just copy the link like this, for example, or here, copy link. And then, as I said, we use Teams. When we have got a meeting, online meeting, I just copy the link into our chat, and they click on it, and it takes them straight into here. They don't need to type anything, make mistakes while remembering, oh, it's one q and so on hyphen, and then make mistakes. They just copy the link, and it takes them to the jam which was prepared for them. Another tool which is
Monica,
quite
I'm
similar
sorry
to this.
again for interrupting you. There are some people
Again,
who
the
are
link.
asking, can you share exactly with the Jamboard with your ideas with them? Is it possible anyway?
You mean this one?
I guess, yeah, with the ideas of how to use it.
Yeah, I can make a copy, because here, look, you can make a copy.
Wow,
You can make a
awesome.
copy, so I can share the link with you, Anna. And then
Oh,
if
sure.
you have a way of sharing it with others, then absolutely. But do you
Okay,
want
we
me to
can
do it
paste it
now
to Wakelet
or later?
Collection. Oh, whenever you want to. It's totally up to you.
Uh-huh.
We can do it later.
Because I don't know
You just
how do you
can.
want me to, yeah, how do you want me to share it now with you?
We can share. You can share with the link. I can paste a link to your Wakelet collection with what we are going to share with you. By
Okay,
the
but
way,
not now. Simply not now. Later, right? After
sure,
the
sure.
webinar. Okay, sure, absolutely. Yeah, you can make a copy, because if I share this with you, obviously, I don't think you would make any changes, but sometimes it happens. By mistake, we remove something, something gets missing, something gets moved some around. Then something like this could happen. But if you, why did I click on that? Oh dear Lord. Um, yeah, sorry. There was no need for me to do it. But if we make a copy and we share a link to the copy, then let's say our copy stays safe, nothing happens to it, and other users can do anything that they want with their copy.
Yeah,
So
that's the best
absolutely no
option.
problem. Yeah, sure. You can also,
And yeah,
I'm not talking about what you can do right now, but if you have got your students' work and you think, oh, I like it, maybe I want to do something with it, maybe I want to print it out for something, then um, you can download it as well as PDF, or you can save it. Save it, of course, on your device. But if you need it, let's say you have some brilliant frames that your students have made, and you want to um, maybe print them out and keep them on the board somewhere, which you have notice board at school, then you can
well,
do it. Yeah.
there's so many thank you are coming to you, Monica. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you for
That's
sharing.
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, we are all here to help each other and to be for others. And that situation is not really too easy for any of us. So all right. So moving to the other one. Again, it's very easy. There is an option of signing up and creating an account. I haven't done it. I don't need it. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm trying to use the free tools and free applications, so I use it without paying. So this is the app and the address, as you can see here, of app.com. And you just, if you want to create it, because I haven't made an account and I haven't paid for it, it says it's temporary. So it is here while the students are working. I cannot store it. I cannot save it because I don't have an account. But it's okay if I prepare it, for example, before my class, 5 minutes even before, then I can have it ready for my students to work on it. Actually, I use this mainly with my younger students, but it can be used as well. As you can see, there are similar tools that Jamboard has. Um, but as I said, I use it mostly for drawing, but also for writing, for describing photos. It's kind of similar, but also if you want to have variety, or if you think this might be easier, or it might be more suitable for your needs, then you can use it as well. So let's say this is an empty one. I can maybe share an empty one because I want my students to draw something. My younger students drew Christmas postcards, for example, Christmas cards
Wow.
before Christmas. Even I didn't even know how it would be because I divided them in groups of 5, and they were actually not really communicating much about like what we're going to draw, how we're going, who's going to draw where. But at the end, they came up with absolutely amazing cards. And they can also do brainstorming here. They can write something here. If I want to invite someone, then I click on that green button, and it's so easy. I have the link. Again, I just copy the link. I paste the link into the my chat in Teams, and I don't need anything else. If I think that maybe a QR code is a better option, I just give my students this QR code and they can use it to access this. But actually, I use that because not every student of mine has a QR code reader on their devices, so I prefer links. So I just share this, and what they see is just this. For example, you can see once you access this copy, I can use an incognito window, and just takes me as a student to this board which my teacher has made for me. Um, and this is what I see when I join this. Join it, and then I can do whatever my teacher has asked me to do. Or if I'm working in groups, like we can discuss it with I can discuss it with my group mates what we need to do with it. So this is again the green button to invite students to join the board. If you have an unpaid version, as I do, then you cannot do something like something that you can do with Jamboard, where I was showing you that you can have a few frames in one jam and using the same link. Here, you can only have one. So if you, for example, want to have a few for few groups, then you need to create simply a few boards. If you have got an account and you are a paid user, then you can have more boards in one under one link. If you want to draw something, you can see here you have some options, some colors. You can even select maybe a different color if you're not happy with the options that you have. You can select a pen or a marker. You can draw arrows, lines with arrows, or just lines. You can change the size of your pen, for example, or your marker. It's supposed to say good. Sorry, it's just something that I have written very fast, or
Monica, is
maybe
it
they are learning
limitless?
about those.
Is
Once
it
again,
limitless? Like, is it limitless, the board? I know I use Mira board. By the way, if you're interested in Mira board, I can share at the next webinar. Is it limitless or there's a limit of
it is.
the size of the board?
No, there is no limit because
Oh,
they don't
that's
get
great.
saved. You cannot save
Ah,
if you're not if you don't have an account, you cannot save them. So actually, nobody keeps track of how many you have created.
okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. But if you want to, for example, save them, not in your account because you don't have it, but you want to save it onto your device, then you can have this. You can export it as PDF or image and
Oh, that's
store it
great.
on your device um, for some future use, for example. But you cannot have it in your account because, as I said, you don't have an account. Let's say it's a hamster. You know, of course, I'm sure that your students would draw something much better than this. But let's say it's a hamster. So I'm writing a hamster. I'm drawing. Sorry, not writing. I'm drawing a hamster. If I'm not happy with my hamster, I can just erase it. You see, so easy. You have the symbol here. Or maybe you want to get rid of the whole area. You see, you use the scissors, and then um, and then you select an area that you want to get rid of, and it just removes this. I'm not really good at it. You can also add a shape or a text. Again, a text box. So you click here. You can change the size. You can change the color. If you want, maybe I want green, so it's okay. Yeah, and I'm just typing my favorite pet is a hamster, and let's say they can give those answers and I can see them. Um, I can also have a post-it note, a sticky note, just like before. I can change the color. If I'm not happy with it, I can delete it if I'm not, again, particularly happy with what I did as a student or as an educator when I'm preparing this. And I can also upload something. I can upload an image. just like with Jamboard, and the PDF and the presentation or a doc file if I need it for something. Um, so this is our app, and if I, for example, have this here and I want to move it somewhere because I think that maybe this is a better place for it, then I can use this icon, the first one, select, and then it will, like, let's say I have a photo which I uploaded, and it's here in the center, but I think, okay, it might not be the best place for it. Then simply I click on this on the image, and then just move it around the board. So again, to invite, you click on this. You've got the link here, or the QR code. If you want to save it on your device, then you use export board, and you can have any of these. And also you have the address here, so it's the same link. You can copy it from here and share it with your students. And of course, as with Jamboard, you see everything. It's not like, for example, my younger students thought it was magic that I can see what they are writing, what they are doing under a board. They thought that, okay, I'm doing it in my room on my device. How can the teacher see it? But that's the beauty of it. You can see everything that your students are doing, so you can help them. You can maybe ask them to make some changes, maybe advise them on something, or see if there is somebody that is not working. There are, for example, just 9 students working, and there should be 15. So what is happening, you can see everything and monitor everything. And at the end, we've got Whiteboard.fi. This is something that I use more for individual work when I want to check what every student knows and remembers, or understand what they understand, not how they, let's say, cooperate, or when they can see other students' responses or ideas. You can also create an account here, but I just use a free option. I don't pay for it. If I want to create a class, just click, see, I clicked on this, new class. Then I call myself Mrs. Khan. So this is what my students will see when they join my class. I can have a waiting lobby. There are sometimes you might hear that somebody else will use your link, and you want to make sure that these are your students who are entering. So if you want that extra protection, you can enable it. I've never used it, but you can. If you want to give your students the right to save the board, then you can enable this. Otherwise, it saves automatically. You can see immediately what they're doing, what they're working on. Otherwise, if you, for example, want to give them some freedom, like, okay, you will be working on something, and then when you're ready, you will save it, and I will be able to see it, then you can enable this. Otherwise, if you want to see it in real time, then you don't click on this. And then you just create a new class. Wait a minute. What is happening? I hope everything is okay. I guess it's the same thing, right? Wait, I will use an incognito window. Here, I clicked on the link, the address. Again, new class. Sorry that it's not working as fast as I would want it to work. New class. I hope it will open. Or not.
Let's try it out.
Hello? Anybody there? Yeah.
Yeah, we're
No,
all here.
I'm talking to my laptop right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you get again, you if you have done it, create a new class. Then you've got the link which you can share with your students, or if you want, you have the code. But I don't have good experience with that because even though that is just like a combination of letters and numbers, my students, there were some students who always made a mistake and then were like, sorry, it's
Yeah,
not working.
tricky
I don't know
thing.
how what to do. So it's better just to copy the whole link and to paste the whole link. Otherwise, you will be experiencing some issues with them and waste time. Or you can also share a QR code for the if you prefer this. And okay, so copy, and I will show you how it works when you're a student. So my student has shared the link with me. I'm just using it, and no, it's not doing the right thing. It was supposed to take me to my students. So maybe I have got too many things around here. Right. I will close this maybe. I'll minimize this, and I will open another one.
Yeah, let's keep trying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's opening. Plus, it's not showing what the student should see. It's showing me my view, not what they do. Okay, wait a second. I will do it. I will enter, so you will see what it will look like if the student is entering my class. So I will just use a different device and type the code. Uh,
Yeah, I didn't know about this app as well. I see one of the
mhm,
comments here. Yeah, actually, it's pretty new one for me. I'm using Mira. Mira is a great board. Yeah, I love it.
mhm.
But sometimes it's a little bit complicated. So Jamboard is the right way for me sometimes to use. It's much easier. But this one, create a
Mhm.
class. Well,
Can you see?
yeah,
Can
student
you see that
whiteboard.
it's like
Yeah.
of course it's me. It's not really Kasia because I use the link as let's say a student. So you can see that one student has already joined my class.
Yeah.
And if there are more, then I will see all the boards here, and I can see simultaneously all the students work at the same time. If there are a lot of boards, then I can simply search them by name, but I don't have that many students, so I can manage easily. And if I want to, whatever my student is doing, I hope I will be able um, to show it to you. Wait a second, that's my student board. Um, I will try and write something. Oh, you can see, right? My student
Yeah.
has written hello. So, or you can draw something. This is not really anything in particular, but it's just something. But I'm doing it on one device as the student, and I can see it on the other device as the teacher. So it's like I can see what my students are drawing. I can see what my students are writing. I can ask them, okay, now write a question. Um, or make a sentence with a given word, or write a sentence in the past tense, or maybe write 5 names of something. And if I just want to check what they know without them copying other students' answers or having a look at other students' answers, because here they don't see what other students are doing. Of course, at the end, I can share my screen and they can see what others have done, but they cannot see it in real time. And this is what my students' board looks like. So this is what I can do. I can draw something using this pencil, or I can have some shapes here if I need them for something. I can have here the text, and sorry, rabbit, not like this. I can type something, and this is if I do anything here on the board, my teacher will see that. I can upload an image if I need it for something. I can also delete it. Um, I can remove it. For example, use the eraser tool like this, or I can just clear foreground. But if I have something in the background, I don't want to remove it, then I just keep it. If I want to clear background but keep foreground as well, if I want to clear everything, I have a clear board and I can start all over again. Um, all right, sorry. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's my student.
Actually, we
Yeah,
can use this board as a breakout room, yeah, option. So
yeah,
you can
as well.
create many boards. You can
Yeah,
invite your students and they can do the task there. So it's pretty great.
absolutely. Yeah, and as I said, the beauty of it is that you can see everything in real time. So it's not like, okay, yes, 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 we are working on something, we are doing something, but actually they might not be really doing anything. You can really see what they're doing, and if they need help, if they need an
Yes.
assistance, if they maybe need some feedback, maybe they need somebody to tell them, okay, maybe you need to do it in a little differently. So this is the benefit of that. And as I said, for me, it's really easy. Sharing the links is really easy. I can save it. I can do a print screenshot and just save it if I need it, maybe as proof of students' work during my online classes, or I want to do something with it. Again, I want to print something out or print it out, or I need it for something else, then I can do it pretty easily. So I guess that wraps it up.
That's it, right? So I
That's
have
it.
already shared.
Sorry for
Um,
keeping everyone for so long.
Thank you so much for sharing, Monica. You're great, absolutely amazing. I think online boards are very important for every teacher these days, especially online days. I may call them like this. I actually have already shared with the link to the voting part where we can vote. Yay, Alanka has written already that it's done from Tatiana, from Oficinas Innovadoras también. Muchas gracias. Y that's there is not a big number here, but on Facebook, I think I need to. There are two more groups where I'm streaming right now. So I need to share with the link as well. But as we promised, Monica fulfilled a great collection for you with the links to these great apps, and I'm going to share it right now. You may see the link in the chat, and you may start using these apps. And please do share, maybe in the comment box here, which app you enjoy the most, which board has inspired you. I've seen the comments that someone is using more Jamboard in Brazil. Yeah, here it is. So in Brazil, we use Jamboard more. Actually, we do too, I think. But
Mhm.
mainly, I'm using Miro. Have you ever heard about Miro? It's a great board,
No,
and
I've
it's
never heard of it.
Okay, I can share with it the next webinar maybe. It's
Mhm.
a great board with limitless opportunities. Many educators that create great games for their students there. Wow, you can crop the images. You can again use it as a chart. There is a mind maps feature over there. Lots of templates. Yeah, it's limitless, honestly. So. Let me share with the link. I want to make sure that you can see the link to the collection. Yay. So this is it. And I'm going to start sharing my screen now, I think. And we can see which board is winning right now. Okay, let me start. Okay, just a sec.
Yeah, of course. The fact that I have selected these three ones doesn't mean that these are the only tools of that kind, which are there are plenty. It's just that these tools are I'm using, these boards I'm using, and I'm comfortable with them, and they have proven really useful to me. So that's why I wanted to share them with
Thank
others.
you so much. All the ideas are brilliant ones. I totally love them. So here we go. Actually, Jamboard is a leader. Not many people voted, honestly, but
Hmm.
I don't want to waste out your time and start sharing the link on Facebook. But as we see, actually, AWW app is on the second place, and Whiteboard is on the last one. I
Hmm.
think both of them are great ones. Or you just need to decide for which activities it's like one of the best option to
Yeah,
try.
absolutely.
And yeah, I'm using Mira and Jamboard, and I don't mind learning about others because some of the boards I like the accessibility feature. In others, like the multi options feature, every tool we can use for certain aims that we can achieve.
Hmm.
So
True.
I think I can stop sharing now, and you may see that Jamboard is a winner here. I really like that now on Jamboard I can upload my background. This is the feature that I was like looking for so hard and for so long time. Now there's so many like, oh my gosh, certificates. Do you want them? Do you really want them? Okay. I'm not doing them, but if I'm not making them, I'm not creating certificates. I just we love sharing, so teachers love edu. But if you only for certificates here, okay, we maybe next time we can start creating certificates for you. Anyway, thank you so much for so many good words from you. And Monica, any last words that you want to share with us?
Well, Anna, thank you for this opportunity that you have given to me, that I was able to share something that I'm passionate about to so many people from all around the world. And it's really important for us educators to stick together and to support one another, really. And, and be there for each other and for our students. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Monica, for sharing. I think this is it. If you have any questions, you can reach out Monica, and on Facebook. Monica is on Twitter as well. And please stay safe. Have a great week. Enjoy your teaching. Let's learning together. If you would like to learn more about other platforms, please reach me out. You can reach me out on Twitter as well, or on Instagram. I'm everywhere. Oh, from Georgia. Some people keep tuning, but we are finishing our session. Thank you so much. You can rewatch it. It's going to be there on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you so much again. Stay safe
And of
and
course,
take
yeah,
care.
of course, to
Yeah,
just to make sure that everyone is not worried, I will add the link to that Jamboard collection into the Wakelet collection.
you're the
So,
best. You're the best.
so,
Thank you. Thank
but
you.
it will like take about a couple of minutes to do it. Thanks.
Oh my gosh, thanks a lot. I'm going to share with the Wakelet collection again, but just give me a sec here, maybe, or okay, so
But it's okay.
let's
I can just update it, and when people
yeah, we
access
are
it,
going
then they can.
We are going to add some more links, maybe to the Jamboard for sure. So you can find this link there in the collection. So have a nice weekend and have a nice week. See you in the next sessions. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
everyone. I have a
Bye
very
bye.
good whatever day, evening, night.
Thanks a lot, Monica. See
Bye.
you.